Hi everyone, this is Jorge Gamboa, Jorge en español. Welcome to another episode of Unstoppable Leaders and to the Spanglish World Network on Tingo TV, channel 250. Today I have a very good guest, a friend, Alejandro Bratti. He's the host of Believe in Yourself, Believe in Your Business. Welcome, Alejandro.
Hello, Jorge. How are you?
Pretty good. And you?
I'm pretty good too. I'm happy to be here with you.
Yeah, it's been a while. So tell me, over the last few months, because it's been a while since we last talked, what has been in your business, in your coaching practice, the thing that you have loved the most?
That's a very broad question. That there is a lot of things, I believe. But okay, I keep working with the high performance coaching. I am working in one on one. I also work in group settings with companies and individuals, both things. And lately, I have been studying a lot about self-image
Mhm.
and how self-image makes a big difference on everything that we are planning and doing. So, for example, like if you are looking to grow, that is completely normal. That's part of whatever any person that is really alive, they should be or growing or dying.
Yes.
There is nothing else. It's like or you are growing or dying. So sometimes there is a lot of things that are blocking us to really create the dream life that we want, or the dream work that we want, or the dream health that we want. It doesn't matter. It can be in a lot of areas. And normally the problem comes from the self-image. How do I see myself? If I see myself as a fat person, that's why I am behaving the way I am behaving, and I am eating the way I am eating. And suddenly I am fat and with a lot of problems, health problems. So that's a big shift that I have been doing in regards of the high performance, is inserting the part of the self-image, how that affects everything, and how that really help you change your business, your life, the way of looking at your life and everything. So that's a big shift that I have done.
So as you're working to change the way you look at yourself, right? The way you perceive yourself and project yourself to others, what is the best approach? To just go cold turkey overnight, I'm a new person, or gradually start making small changes, or how does that? Uh, what have you seen?
So I believe that we everybody has a mind, and everybody has a the imagination as part of the faculty that we have.
Mhm.
So that means that our mind is always creating imagining anything. Like, so the only difference is we can decide what we want that mind to imagine, or we let that mind to imagine whatever he wants. So uh, and that may be the biggest problem normally. It's like, because we don't know how to handle the mind, and how to handle, like, okay, I am completely involved in the problem, and I am involved in the how my mind is managing everything. Suddenly I am completely overwhelmed with everything that is happening in any area. But the first thing that you need to know is that the mind is a tool. Is not really you. It's only a tool. And sometimes we are so identified with the mind and the answers and all the self-talk that we have in our heads, that we believe that we are that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because that. And suddenly we have like no, you are so stupid because of this. Yes, you're right, because remember that time that you were stupid, and this time that you were stupid, and this time, and it like suddenly like, yeah, of course I am stupid. I have 10 examples. So because we are letting the mind to to create
Yeah.
whatever he wants. So for me, the first part is to start to understand that you are not your mind, and that you can control the mind the same way that you can control your hand. Uh, and when you are able to do that, suddenly your mind can start to help you with your goals, not be against your goals. And that's a big difference.
Yeah. So pretty much, if I'm hearing you correct, we get so into the busyness of the day to day that we just go with the motion, go with the flow, but we never actually stop and think, hey, I can break this pattern. There are better ways I can do this.
Exactly.
And how is when you talk about high performance people, um, how do you see one of the big questions that I get asked a lot lately is how can high performers balance or integrate their personal and professional life and actually maintain that high performance level?
So in my program, normally I have one session that is called clarity session.
Mhm.
And in that clarity session, we look for what is your the best version of you, and we even put like some descriptions of what is that best version of you. So for example, for me, when I am interacting with you here, I am looking to connect with you and the audience that is here with us. I am looking to inspire you, and I am also looking to show that I care, and that's why I am sharing even the findings and the things that I have been working lately. So if I know that those three are my best version, suddenly I can connect. Before this session, I was like, okay, let's connect, and I need to connect with myself first. I need to show care to myself first. I need to inspire myself. And suddenly I am in the mood of like, okay, now I am ready to work with Jorge.
Mhm.
So that's first. Like, so if I am not there, like suddenly I can connect with you because I am thinking about a million of things because of all the problems that are happening in my house or in the business or anything. Like, of course, I am not my best version, and that's why I am not really having a good time here with you, as an example. So, first for me is having the clarity of what is your best version. When you have that clarity, suddenly you can start to live in the present and start
Yeah.
to understand, like, okay, at this moment I am here. Maybe there are a lot of problems that I need to fix later, but right now I am here. I am here with you. I am here with everybody that is here. And if you want to write something and have any questions, put the questions in the in the chat. We will be happy to answer them because we are here. And from this space, what I am looking, and I really don't like the word balance that you were using, like how I can balance between one and the other one,
Yeah.
because sometimes in work, I have a project that I am starting. I am starting, for example, a business, and I need to put more effort there, and that means that I will take some time from my family. But that allows me to think like the time that I am with them, I am completely with them. But if I am with them and I am looking for myself and I wait a second, kill, I need to answer Jorge right now because he's calling me. I am not there with him, and suddenly I am not with you, I'm not with him, and I am not really doing anything, and I am just busy being busy. So in my case, I prefer to talk about harmony, uh, how I can harmonize my life between one thing and the other. Sometimes maybe I am too much in one area and I need to harmonize a little bit the other areas. And that is easier to do than thinking balance, balance. It's impossible. And suddenly I am going to leave it because I can really have a balanced life. So that's my
Yeah,
point of view.
I love that because you're right. When we are thinking, okay, I need to balance work and personal, it never, it's a battle that you will never win. But finding that harmony, I think it's uh, easier, more effective.
And you are not feeling guilty because you are not finding the balance, and suddenly it's like, okay, I am done with this. I can do it. Because at the end, one of the things that I use a lot in my coaching is this map of consciousness. And
Mhm.
if the feelings that I have with even with work is like, okay, I am guilty. I am doing the work here, but I'm guilty because I am not with my kids or I'm not with my wife, and I am not doing the thing that I am supposed to be doing at this moment because it's 8 a.m. and I am supposed to be sleeping the kids at this moment. Like whatever. So suddenly I am in a very low vibration, and really the things that I am doing even at work is not going to be as successful as they can be, and I can be really in the mind of really transforming everything. And again, I am in the middle of the problem instead of like being able to see, okay, look, mine, I need to find a solution for this. I am not looking for a balance. I am looking for harmony. How I can harmonize these things that are happening. So my kid needs me, my wife needs me, my other kid needs me. Like, okay, how we can create some harmony that everybody is happy and we can have a very good life.
So something you mentioned that is very important. So I think everything evolves around being intentional in being present in what you're doing and not being all over the place at the same time. And you mentioned that you kind of prepare yourself on what is the best version I can be, depending on the context you're going to be present. Is that something that you do at the beginning of the day or before each meeting, or how do you handle that awareness of the best version of yourself?
So why I have that's why for me in the coaching, that's the second session that I do. First is
Uh-huh.
focal point. The second one is okay. Focal points is like, okay, what do you want in the next 3 6 months? Let's understand where are you and where do you want to be, like in
Yes.
those and in every area of your life. Like so, and the good thing of evaluating everything is that sometimes it's like there is a lot of aha moments there. Like, okay, yeah, you're right. I am not with my friends, and I am supposed to be with them. I am not putting any effort to be with my friends, and they are the ones that help me to be here. So that can be one case. Or I don't have any hobby, and that happens a lot with entrepreneurs and with business owners. Like they are balancing and trying to balance between life and, but they don't have any hobby,
Mhm.
and that's something that helps them to really start to be happy about life and happy about everything. And it like, have a hobby. You need a hobby. Everybody needs a hobby. Something that, and a hobby can be walking in the woods, like, or walking outside and doing, or there is a million of things. Like it doesn't have to be something expensive. I am not talking about something expensive. It can be something that go outside and breathe, and that
Yes.
can be your hobby. It's like, and it's okay, but find something that you love and that you feel like you are connected with that. So that's in the second one you find with clarity. Okay, what is success for you? Because I know that success is a very nice word that everybody loves and everybody's talking about, but success for you is completely different than success for me, and different for success for Eduardo, and success for Juan, and for Pedro, and for everybody. So each of us have a different version of what is success for us because we came with different purposes. So if I find what is success and I can define success for me with simple words, I can start to evaluate, okay, I need to do this work. I have this project. Do I want to do it? Yes or no? Depends if it's inside of my success markers. If not, don't do it. That's your answer. So why I am talking about this, like you have clarity of who is your best version, who is your best version when you are interacting with others, who is what is the success and for you. Suddenly I can, and I have the words in front of me, like completely in front of me, like, and suddenly like, okay, I I have a session with you, for example.
Yeah.
You are my coachee, and I have a session. We have a session. I connect with my words, and I'm thinking about them, uh, and it's like, okay, am I connected with you? Am I caring about you? Am I inspiring you or no? Maybe the answer is no, and it's like, okay, maybe the session was not that good because I was not my best version. So I evaluate that several times per day. Let me give you an example, something that a dentist told me that I really love. I used bracket for a long time. Like when I was a teenager, I used it like for 6 or 7 years. I don't even remember, and I took them off because I was really tired of them, not because everything was fixed. And I have the bracket there, and well, I have them, and I don't know, like at 20. I don't know. I don't remember at what age I decided to take them off. And a few years ago, another dentist here in Mexico, he told me, Alejandro, I believe it will be helpful for you, for your image, for everything that you are doing. Put some brackets. And he's like, no, I am completely against that. No, yeah, it's going to help you. And I agree with him. And at the end, and we started again with the brackets and started to like fix like the position of the teeth and everything. And suddenly he told me, Alejandro, I know what is the problem. And it's like, okay, you know what is the problem? The problem is that my teeth are exactly the same as the owner, that he does whatever he wants, not really what it's supposed to be doing. And it's not, no, the problem is the position of your tongue, the position of my
Oh.
tongue. And I was like, I don't understand, what are you talking? Yeah, the position of your tongue. Okay, this is the right position. You need to put it above your, and this is the place where when you are not talking and you are not drinking anything, that's where it has to be. And it's like, okay. So my recommendation: put 3 times a reminder in your cell phone. Where is my tongue? That's the reminder, and ask yourself, where is my tongue? And every time that you go to the bathroom and then you have a mirror, see yourself and ask yourself, where is your tongue?
Mhm.
And I started to realize with that question several times, I started to realize that I was doing this.
Oh.
I used my tongue to play with my teeth, and they were playing. And of course, the tongue is so strong that it was moving all the teeth all the time. And I was happy like playing, and I was completely unaware of that. Uh, and suddenly, with this reminder, I was waking up at 12, for example, at midnight. Where is my tongue? I am playing. Let's go back to the place. So it starts to become something like very easy to remind, and it took like between 4 to 6 weeks to
Mhm.
really teach my tongue where is its position. So that's a long answer for what you were asking, but uh, how much how much do I need to remember? Depends. If you're starting and you don't know what is your best version, first you need to realize what is your best version, and from there start to remind where is your tongue. How many times? Like, and I was doing the same, like with the interactions. Now I don't do it that much because I can quickly remind, like, okay, am I connecting with you? Am I connected with you? Yes. Am I showing that I care? Yes. And I'm inspiring you? Yes. Okay, and I can continue, and I can do that like even like unconsciously in the middle of
Yeah.
the session.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much a reflex, right? So you are building that muscle in your mind, becomes a
Exactly,
habit, and then it becomes just part of who you are. You become
exactly,
that.
exactly.
Yeah, awesome. And now let's look at the future. What do you think are the big opportunities uh, uh, in the next 12, 24 months in what you're doing, the coaching that you're doing, and AI? Does AI will play a factor or still on the sidelines? What do you think is going to happen?
I love AI. For me, it's very useful. I use it all the time. So in my case, it's a big difference. AI is one thing. Is It's a tool. Again, it's another tool that I
Mhm.
have that I can use, and I can improve my productivity and other things if I know how to use it.
Yeah.
uh, it's like I am going, for example, to the gym right now. I am doing a lot of exercises right now every day. But for example, if I don't teach my muscles how to do the exercises well and how to lift something, for example, in a good way, suddenly I am going to start to have sore muscles and I will have even an injury. Uh, so AI for me works exactly the same way. Like you can, if you don't exercise and you don't know how to do it and you don't use it, like it's not going to help you. In my case, in my business, I believe that high performance is going to go up, like it's going to be really needed because this is working on human skills
Yeah.
and improving human skills and improving our connection with ourselves and with the universe and with God and with everybody. And that's part of being in your high performance. If you can connect with that and you are completely disconnected because of your cell phone, because your AI, because of anything else, uh, you can even make AI to work the way you want because you are completely disconnected. So how you can have a good conversation or have a good automatization with AI because your brain is not really working for you, it's against you. So again, what we were talking is like knowing that the mind is a tool and AI is another tool. I can start to visualize what I really want, how I want to create it, use my faculties. Like I know that everybody has, we as humans, we have faculties that can help us to really create better things. But if we are not connected with them, we don't exercise them, we don't know about them, AI won't help you either. Like,
Uh, uh, and this is another question out there. What do you think? Would you be open at any point in the future to have a virtual version of yourself coaching others? And let me tell you where I'm coming with this. Uh, um, I know this one of these trainers, Eric Worre. He's very big on multi-level marketing training. He joined a company and he trained this virtual image of himself with all his videos, all his training, everything that he has done in the last 20, 30 years. And now he has that training thing, teaching people, and he's not doing anything. Well, he's doing other things. So, do you think that we will get to that point in high performance coaching?
to a certain point, I believe that coaching can help you if it's like just a standard question. Yes, but really, there is a lot of intuition and things that happen inside of the session that you need another human being in the other side, at least in the high performance. Uh, I can really, I use a lot Claude, for example, to have conversation, but for me happens something very interesting. Like when I am in a bad mood, maybe I am in a low frequency of, I don't know, let's say I am frustrated because something is not working, and I start to have a conversation with Claude. suddenly the answers are very frustrating because it's not really what I am looking for. And even the way I am speaking and talking comes in the same way. So if I elevate myself and I am really happy and I feel bliss and I feel that everything is fine and I have the same conversation, the answers are amazing. What changed? I change. The machine is the machine and it's there. Uh, but I have seen, for example, there is several exercises that Joe Dispenza has done,
Mhm.
uh, where if even a robot, you put some chicken uh, when they are born and they see a robot instead of a hen, and suddenly they start to follow the robot like it was their mom, uh, and the robot moves like according to the program. It has to be something completely random, and if they separate the kills or the the chicken from the robot, and they are like looking for their mom, the robot mom, the the robot is going to change the pattern that is using, just because of all the calling that the chicken are doing to them. And that's an experiment that there is several experiments that you can see like that, even in YouTube. So the behavior of the machine changes according to our intention, according to the things that our level of consciousness too. So that's why for me, our work and my work as high performance coach is even better now because it's more important than ever. In the past, maybe nobody noticed that. Now it's more important than ever being in a high frequency because even machines are going to react differently depending on how are you.
Uh, and now that you're talking about frequency, how have you noticed, or I don't know, who is your typical client? Are they in the 40 plus years old, or 20 to 40? Because what I have heard is that the younger generations have a harder time connecting with other people because of all the COVID and the people being away and everything is online and remote. Is that playing a factor? Have you noticed that in your area, or not so much?
I am working mainly with entrepreneurs, directors,
Mm-hmm.
um, managers. There are some individual contributors that also work with me, but they are because they are looking to go to the next level and to become maybe the next director or something like that. Uh, what I noticed is at least my example, the people that have worked with me, everybody when the problem is that they don't have the visibility of
Yeah.
really what is happening at the beginning. Is yeah, maybe I they are believing all the lies that even their mind is telling them because of COVID, as you were saying, or because of the culture that they were born. For example, in my case, I when I started my business, I believe that everything has to be in English because the Spanish Latin American people can don't is not paying this type of services. And the reality is that that was only a paradigm, something that I thought in my head. I was believing my own story. Right now, I have more people in Latin America than people in the States, for example, or Canada. Even when I have some in Canada and in the States, but I needed to see that, like, okay, my mind is telling me this. Is that true? No, it's not true. Okay, what I can put instead of that? Okay, that people really need this, and this is something that is going to change their life and is going to help them to become better. Okay, that is aligned with your best version. Yes, it's aligned with the success market that you decided. Yes. okay, so sorry, mind, but the lies that you're telling me are not true, and I need to change them, and I want to put these ones. And that was exactly what I was telling at the beginning. What is the self-image that I have?
Yeah.
Like, if the self-image is a person that, yeah, I am a Latino that can talk to Latinos because they don't pay my services. Of course, I can attract any Latino because I am thinking that, and the problem was me, not them. So, but when I start to see it, like, oh yeah, that's a big lie. Why are you thinking that? A lot of people need this, and they are willing to pay anything to really become the best version of themselves. Okay, awesome. So let's start to do it.
Mhm.
Stop your lies and start to work. So
Yeah, no, and that is so powerful because yeah, we are our own worst enemy sometimes with those beliefs that we have. And now that you mentioned that you're working a lot with Latinos and English, uh, where do you see the trend going forward when it comes to not so much individual performance, but organizations embracing it to transform the whole culture to increase the awareness of their people to be more high performance, regardless of their title?
I don't understand
So,
completely
for
where.
example, many organizations, and yeah, I should provide more context. Many organizations have the belief that the people that need more the personal development, personal leadership training, are those that are in management or senior levels. And some organizations are starting to believe that you need to create from the very beginning across all levels of the organization, uh, start creating leaders, creating that mindset so they are more responsible for what they are doing, where they're going, the relationships, everything. And that starts training the complete organization end to end, as opposed to just selected few that uh, are really driven to move to the next stage. Have you seen any of those movements where they want to go all the organization? Let's work on development.
So it really depends again on what the company wants,
Yeah.
how much they want to grow. Let me give you an example. Right now, I have one company, it's an American company that wants to 10x the company.
Mhm.
So I have been working with them for a year, maybe a year and a half, uh, in different levels, like with the top management, the CEO, the directors, uh, and now they ask me, okay, Alejandro, we love what you are doing and how you have helped us to grow until now. Now we want to go grow 10x. And for that 10x, I want to see a full program that involves everybody. How we are going to go to the next level. So 10x, that's a very good, and I love that idea. And for me, connects completely with me because it's not only about okay, let's see how I can make 10% more this year or 20% more. No, they want to make 10x.
Yeah.
So so it's big numbers. Like, it's changing completely the company. And he realizes this is not about me. I know that I need to grow to be the 10x leader for that. But I also know that all these guys that are here need to grow to the 10x also. Because if I am completely alone here, of course, nothing is working. But I need to 10x everything. And that's a very good challenge that I have right now, where we are working uh, to really move the company to 10x. So in that case, it's not possible to think like, okay, you are only an individual, you can grow. No, everybody needs to grow to be able to give the results that they want. And everybody as a company, it's like a big identity, a big mind working in that goal. So everything starts to change. And in my case, again, this work, this is what they have seen, is how uh, a high performance coach that helps with the inside, not the outside, because I am not working with, let's see, I help them with some ideas, but not really looking at how is the marketing, how is the sales, how is like, no, it's like, okay, let's start to create the image of the company, the self image of the company in a level that everybody feels that they need to be creating the 10x. And they are already the 10x, because if they feel and they are already at the next, they are going to start to act
Yeah.
like that, and they are going to start to do the things like at the next company. And then if I do that, that's my goal. The 10x is going to be very easy to do, because they are already the 10x people, So it really depends on the company. This is a case that it's a medium company, it's not a big company. So they are willing to change things, change procedures, change a lot of things to be able to 10x everything. There are others that sometimes I work in big companies in the past that doing a small change is you need to pass through 100 people,
Yeah.
and 99 of them are against that change. So suddenly it's completely difficult to do that.
Yeah. No, and I think the reason I ask it, and it's kind of what you alluded, it depends on where, on the journey of the people at the top of the company, right? Because first they need to unlock and reach that level personally. And once they hit that level, that's when they will be thinking, okay, now let's bring everyone else. Otherwise, like you said, I can only get so far by myself. I need everyone
Everybody, yeah.
to level up.
And even in that case, there can be, for example, one person that, yeah, thank you, Alejandro, but I don't like what you are saying, and I am inside of my bubble, and uh, I am in the comfort zone, and I love this comfort zone. I don't want to move, even when everybody's moving to the next. What do you think that happens? Is like, or that person leaves the company, or that person will have another boss work where they will need to work. So it's like that can happen, but it's, at least in this company that I'm telling, it's not the decision of the leader saying like, okay, I want to put other people because you can grow. It's like he's giving the opportunity to everybody to grow, and
Yes.
if somebody doesn't want to, it's okay. You can stay there, but I will put somebody that want to, and that is exactly what is happening, and that is completely normal.
So, changing the topic a little bit, and again, looking into the future, the next 12 months, what is one thing that you are really excited or that you would like to see happening in your professional life?
Um, I'm excited for several things. So I was invited right now in uh, with a big university and in a company here in Mexico to give coaching to top leadership, the top executives that are studying in that university. That is going to be very very
Awesome.
interesting, because it's hundreds of executives that are looking for changes, and that's why they entered this university, uh, and the university saw the potential and the power of a coaching with them, so they will be exposed to see what is inside that is blocking. Like sometimes when you go there, like, yeah, I want to understand. I study there, I study several master's degrees, and it's like it's about the what is the changes that you need to do in marketing, in sales, understanding finances, improving all those things. But if you don't change anything inside or you don't change the self-image that they have, it doesn't matter how many tools you give them. They will continue doing the same things and only with a title. But that's the only difference. And that's again coming from a person that already has 3 master degrees, not only not saying that no, I don't like it. It's like I did it, I understood them, but I realized that even having that, I needed the internal work and finding what was the blockages and the things that didn't allow me to see the changes. So that has me very excited. Like there is an openness right now of in the business world to start to look inside, not only outside, and that is for me wow, because that's the reality at the end. If you change that self-image, that I am a Latino and that's why I need to bribe in order to grow. Uh, well, that's only a paradigm. It's like if you start to change that from the inside, you don't need to do that, and you start to change the way business are being done.
Yeah, and I think, well, first of all, congratulations. That's an amazing opportunity. And you're right, because typically when we think about leadership development, it's all about how you are impacting the external world, the strategies, techniques, and all of that. But I'm glad to hear that the new trend is growing, and you're right, is how you can grow internally from the inside out, and that's where the true leadership takes a whole new level.
Yeah. And it's like, so normally, for example, again, in these titles, it's like you learn how to transform the competition and you are always looking to the competition and how you can be better. And so for me, the new paradigm, the new way of looking at things is how you can contribute and how you can make the pie bigger instead of just fighting for the same space. Like, okay, if this is everything that you can do, okay, maybe if you grow it, you can grow. Everybody is happy because you grew the market instead of fighting for the same people and for the same things. So when you start to contribute, that is exactly what you are doing. It's really growing everything. And when we live in that world of abundance, not really a world of scarcity, that yeah, I
Yeah,
need to turn down this competition because they are killing us with their new prices or whatever. It's like okay, they can continue living the way they are if they. I am thinking even how to grow the market and how to do bigger things, and maybe I have to work even with them. So
yeah, and yeah, I think that's very powerful because you stop thinking about what others are doing and reacting to them, and your focus is more on where are we going, where is your north star, your vision, and go and grow towards that. So that's a whole different game, similar but different.
it's completely different. And you said something very important because you're talking about reacting. What is the difference between reacting and responding?
Yeah, reacting is like a reflex, right? And
Exactly.
responding is when you stop, think, and then take
So
action.
you are using your conscious mind to look for different ways and you start to do something different. But
Yeah,
if you react, it's only your subconscious doing whatever he wants. It's like your mind doing whatever he wants because that's how I live or whatever, you know. No. Stop, think and act, not react.
so here's a easy question, and feel free to answer as much or as little as you want. Do you think we will get to see this type of changes of inside out leadership growth in governments anytime soon?
Well, I can tell you something. I didn't expect this, but in my case, I am working with several people in government here in Mexico, uh, and they look for me. I was not really looking for them,
Mhm.
uh, and they have been understanding all these tools and understanding how to do this, with that, it helped them even to move to higher positions. Uh, Inside of the government. So it's really, for me, was really exciting
Yes.
because I was not looking directly for that. That was not really even my niche, but it started to happen. And I believe that doesn't matter if it's inside of one thing or the other. If the person is awake and they really want to see a different world, this is the way, is start to change the behavior, the way you are doing the things, start to look inside. There is a lot of answers inside, and those people are the ones that are growing and being ready to change everything. So my short answer or my long answer is yes, it's already happening, at least in Mexico. In my case, I can see it. Of course, Mexico is 135 million people, and I am working with three of them. So it's not it's not like,
You
but
have,
everything starts with something, and it's in a very good positions also inside of the government. So
yeah, and I think this is, like you said, this is a pattern that is happening, I think, across many, many different countries, where there is a growing tendency to look at how you can grow internally to have that self-realization and get the most out of life and all those things. Because yeah,
yeah.
no, that's good. So we're almost out of time. So what would be the last thoughts that you want to leave the audience?
Well, for me, I will finish with the same thing that I started. Like, uh, if you know who you are, maybe you have created an avatar of a person that is not really you, and that's the way you have been living your life. But if you created that because of what happened in your life, what happened when you were a kid, what happened when all the things that happened to you, you can also create a new one that is really working for you and not against you in some areas. Maybe you can say like, yeah, but this is me and this is the way. Yeah, there is other ways and maybe better ways when you realize who you are. So I always say to my customers, like, this needs a lot of courage to do. It's not something that everybody is willing to do, but it's very, very good, and you are going to find peace, well-being, and a lot of things that maybe you don't have at this moment, just because of this step that you take of, okay, I'm going to start to see inside something that I never thought that I needed, or I never thought that I could do. Uh, so take the courage. You will see the results very soon. It's not in one day, but it's going to be very soon, and it's really, really good.
And for those that don't know you that much, how can they get a hold of you, and when and where can they watch your show?
Well, it's on Wednesdays in the afternoon. I am on hold at this moment because of all the things that I have happening at the same time. But I will be back very soon. I will let you know. And with my name, Alejandro Bratti, I have all my social media with the same name. It's going to be very easy to find me. Even if you put Alejandro Bratti in Google, you will find me for sure. Uh, I am in Instagram, LinkedIn. The best way for me is LinkedIn. Finding me in LinkedIn and having a conversation there. We can have a quick chat. I love to have a quick chat. In the past, I call it quick coffee, but I don't like coffee anymore. I am not taking coffee anymore. but we can have a quick chat and see how we can help you.
Well, awesome. Thanks for your time and your insights, Alejandro, as always. I appreciate it. They were very valuable. And for everyone who is listening, remember you can check the show on the Spanglish Radio Network. Check out SpanglishWorld.ca for all news and programming. And remember, Spanglish World, watch it, hear it, read it, and download it. Thanks, Alejandro.
Great. Thank you, Jorge. Thank you all. See you next time.